Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing about girding yourself. So this all started with a dream that God gave me. I had a dream that I was working in this tall building and I was selling these suits. And these were those three-piece suits, the ones that come with a vest inside. And so they look very expensive, it looked like they came from another country, like Italy or somewhere like that. And I knew I had to sell these suits, but I didn't know who. So I ended up calling somebody that I knew. And I said, hey, why don't you come up here? I'm selling these suits. So then he said, okay, I'm on my way. So by the time he came, him and his friend, and so I gave them the suit. Obviously, I had to give him the vest first. So he put it on, but then I noticed that it wouldn't close because he had a belly on him, And so I was like, oh man, this is not going to fit. I said, well, why don't you guys come back next time and I can find something a little bit bigger. So long story short, I wake up from the dream and God begins to interpret the dream for me. He begins to tell me about what this vest really means. Okay, so the person that I called to come and try on that vest, that suit, obviously the vest had to come on first. And this is not speaking about physical weight. This is talking about spiritual. So what God was telling me is that this person couldn't fit the vest because the stomach was too big on this person. And another way of putting it is this person was too fleshy. Spiritually, he was not fit. And then he began to show me in the Bible where it spoke about girding yourself. When it speaks about the armor that you're supposed to put on, one of the most important pieces of that is the belt. Now, back in the days, this would hold back everything in place when the men would wear these robes. So this belt is called the belt of truth when we're speaking about the armor. Okay, so two of the people that you see mostly wearing this belt, it is John the Baptist and Prophet Elijah. Some of the most important prophets. The priests, they had to gird themselves. People that go to war, they had to have a belt. They had to have a way of girding their armor. That was the piece that held everything together. It would even be what held the sword. So I was asking God, I was like, okay, so what does this mean? And what he was showing me was you spiritually have to be fit in order for you to do the work that he needs you to do. And right now he's saying, get ready. Gird yourselves. Some people in the Bible, before they would take off running, they would have to gird up their robe up into their belt so that they can run fast. The robe would not get in the way. So God is saying, remove whatever it is that's in the way of you moving freely. Whatever that God is intending for you to do for his work, he's telling you to remove it. He was showing me this example of when somebody is going in for a race. What does the guy on the sideline say? He says, get ready, get set, and then he says, go. You know, a lot of the times we just focus on the waiting for God to say go, but he's saying right now, get ready, get set. So by the time he says go, you can move freely. And the examples that he was showing me, he was saying there's certain things in us that we still need to work on. When it comes to whatever it is that he's instructing you, if he has a certain job lined up for you, career-wise or ministry-wise or whatever it is, he's saying those things that hinder you, get rid of them, remove them. Right now, I believe there's a lot of people that are getting instructions from God on the things that he wants them to change, things that he wants to improve. Maybe it's removing certain people or removing yourself from certain situations. It could be that you need to work on your anger issues. Maybe you need to work on patience. Whatever it is, he's saying, do that now. Whatever's going to get in the way of you doing what I called you to do, whatever's going to be a threat, whatever the enemy can use to be a stumbling block or to even mess up your testimony, he's saying, get alone in his presence and ask for him to help you to remove those things. You know, it reminds me of the time when Peter, he had denied Jesus 3 times. And of course, Jesus was crucified and resurrected. And you know that during those 3 days, it was like so long for Peter because he was feeling bad. He was feeling bad about what he did during that time. It says here in John 21:7, it says, therefore that disciple whom Jesus loved saith unto Peter, it is the Lord. Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he girt his fisher's coat unto him, and did cast himself into the sea. Okay, so once he saw Jesus, he knew that it was Jesus. It says he girded himself and threw himself into the sea in order to swim to Jesus. So right here is showing you where even though Peter was messing up, he was still determined. He was still showing that he loved Jesus, that he was willing to make those sacrifices, whatever that needed to be done, until Peter's dying day. It shows that that's where his heart was. Back to the dream, when I'm thinking about these suits, I'm thinking, okay, so this looks like business type suits. Very, very nice, expensive, good quality suits. And it just came to me the phrase of being about my Father's business. Right now, a lot of people are being to be set off to do what God has prepared for them. So right now, all of us have something that we need to work on. None of us are perfect. But right now, God has given us the time to get ready. He's saying, I'm about to send you, so I need you to get ready. I need you to gird yourself. Remove whatever's in the way of you moving freely. Get ready, get set. So by the time he says go, nothing will hold you back. So with this, I thank you for watching. I hope that it blessed you. If you have a comment, leave it down below. Until the next video.